Coach, welcome.
Thank you, Steve.
The games are coming so quick, and we have to respond and go again. The weekend we are traveling a long journey to Enyinase, a place you know so well. Um, what's the approach, the mentality, preparation towards that game?
Yeah, it's a big game because it's a venue that has history with respect to good football in the Ghana Premier League. When Karela was there, they were actually a big thorn in the flesh of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And this time around is Basake Holy Stars, which is another very good team from Nzumaland. I've been able to watch a few of their games, and I think they are a very good side. They have that desire to play, that commitment to play is there. So it makes the game a very interesting one to be played and to be watched.
Coach, talk of the venue. I think the AstroTurf is not in good shape as we used to know. How are you preparing to align to the conditions of the pitch, which is a great determining factor when you talk of quality football and getting results?
I think we just have to make up our mind that whether the turf is in good shape or it's not in good shape. We are going there to play well and then get the results. That's all that we have to do mentally. Once mentally we tune ourselves to that level, I'm sure we'll be able to perform and get the results.
Coach, your skipper in his interview mentioned that the attitude of the players this season is something that he's so much impressed with. You particularly impressed with them as well. Captain coming out admitting that a lot has changed in terms of the attitude of the players, but however he feels you have to keep your focus and take it match after match. You can't just carry it away.
Yeah, I think he's right. And being the captain and saying this is a clear indication that what is going on in camp is very good. They have a positive mentality. Their body language is very positive. There's high level of discipline in camp. The level of effort, the level of commitment, the level of focus is very good. It's very high. You can smell a professional sense of behavior and direction from these players. So to me, I think I agree with what the captain said.
We know it's always tricky coming up against debutants, and based on your record, you've always had the better side against debutants. But this is a side that's won against House of Folk. What sort of threats could they possibly pose to your team, and what are you doing to nullify or tame whatever threats they will come with?
I think the only threat they can pose to us is when we underrate them. It's a psychological thing. If we underrate them, then it will be against us. It will go against us. But then if we take them to be like any other renowned side in the Ghana Premier League and approach them with the attitude that we use to play in those games against any of the renowned sides in the league, I think there wouldn't be any threat.
On the evidence of the stats provided by our performance and results, we are way better off than last season this same stage. The goal concession last season was in double figures, like 5 at this stage. This time is 2, and then the points accumulated way better. Though we have a deficiency in terms of the goals, last season was 7, this season is 6. But Justice Blee tells me that it's not about how many they score, it's about how they are able to defend what the number of goals they are able to score. Are you on the same page with him, or you are demanding a lot from them in terms of their goal concession?
I think what he said is right, but then I think we need to score more goals. The more you score more goals, the more confident you become. You know that at any point in time within a game, you can score goals. Like he said, we score and then we are able to defend. The most important thing is the 3 points. We get the 3 points and then we move on. But then I think the call is coming based on the fact that there's so much creativity, especially in the final third of the opponent. And some of these creativities come with obvious goal scoring opportunities that we need to score. So I'm sure that is the reason why people are advocating for, or our fans and supporters are advocating for more goals. I'm sure, as I've already said, with time the goals will come. If you look at our last game that we played this time around, per the stats we had, the shots on target were many comparative to the previous games. So now that the players are now hitting the ball on target, I'm sure with time they'll be able to find the spots behind the net. So we just have to score. As a team, you need to score more goals. And but then if we are unable to score more goals, but we score and we are able to defend the goal, I think it boils down to the same 3 points.
Two of your midfielders were come under intense criticism and scrutiny. Chejam Nine team. From us in the team, we know what they bring in terms of our matches. But sometimes I think the analysis doesn't go in their favor. You are the head coach. People are always saying they are Ogun boys, that's why they are playing. Tactically, I want you to take us through the elements of these players and their importance to your setup and how you play.
Yeah, I think I've also heard a lot about this thing you are talking about.
Yeah.
If you look at Inti Menu as a pivot one or as a defensive midfielder, he's able to win a lot of balls. We call them ball recoveries. He's able to close up the spaces right in front of the defensive line. What it means is that based on his ball orientation, if the ball is on the right side, he's able to close either the central space or the half space that is in between the right back and then the right center back. He's able to close, glide and shift and close that space, which makes it very difficult for the opponent to play direct. So what they have to do is probably play square or play back. And when he wins the ball, he makes it simple. He just wins and then he's able to connect with the immediate player who is in front of him. So basically, tactically, if you look at Inti Menu, he gives a lot of cover to the defense, either the central defense or the side defense, which is the wide defense, which is the right back and the right center back, or the left center back and then the left back. He's able to glide and shift very well. So it gives us some protection at the back. If you look at Chejamna, he comes with a lot of calm, a lot of control in the middle of the park. Technically, he's good. And what I love about him, his vision. His sense of awareness is so great to the extent that he's able to change the face of the game thinking about it. So if you watch him carefully in our games, even when we are under pressure and he receives the ball, you see that when he gets the ball, he calms the tempo of the game down when we are under pressure, and he's able to connect very well with teammates. And because of his vision, he gives a lot of incisive passes, very good passes up front. Defensively, he's able to recover some balls. He's a good tackler. He's able to win a lot of balls for us. And then one thing I like about him is that when he wins those balls too, he doesn't lose them. He's able to connect with his teammate. So if you look at the two of them in the central area of our game, they give us a lot of cover, they give us a lot of control, and most importantly, they give us a lot of balance in the game. But because what they do, they make it so simple and so easy, I think people do not see it.
It gets overlooked.
Yes, it gets overlooked. I think that's the right expression. It gets overlooked. People don't see them, and they don't have that much hype attached to their names. So,
is it that people are fixated on their slow starts to their career at Kotoko last season, especially the whole team, everything was not going on well, so they were singled out. So that sense of judgment is still on them, regardless of how well they play in matches. They are still tagged as this.
But I think even last season, these two boys did not do badly as probably you are trying to describe it. I mean, they didn't do that. I mean, their performance was good. The few times they were given the opportunity to play, I think they were able to live up to expectation. And then last season too is past and gone. I think we need to pick the lessons from last season and move on. If you look at both of these players, you can see massive improvement in their performance. But I think because people are prejudiced with what they have seen about them before, that is why probably they are still seeing them the way they are seeing them. But as a technical staff, we can tell that they have actually improved, and most importantly, they are giving us some balance in the game.
Coach, aside the technical aspects you've described, especially within team, I think I may be wrong though, but for Blay, Ablo, and Samba, he's the only one who has bucket loads of energy, who can run 120 minutes in the game. So I think it's always good to have such players in your team. That's one quality.
Yeah, absolutely. You are right. He's full of energy. He doesn't get tired. Right from the blast of the whistle to the end of the game, he's full of energy. And then if you assign him a responsibility, he's able to perform these responsibilities throughout the 90 minutes. Sometimes it's normal about players, maybe 1 or 2 moments, he may get his decisions wrong. But when people have a perception about you, you can do everything right in the 90 minutes, but then those 1 or 2 moments that you got it wrong, they will just go and pick those 2 moments and then hit you hard on it. But to me, as a coach, I think your assertion is right. He has a lot of energy. He's able to distribute his energy positively. And I will still say this, he gives the back a lot of cover. You can engage the defenders and they will tell you what I'm telling you. He gives them protection. His recoveries are good.
Yeah. Coach, on Sunday, the obvious thing will be that Kotoko will come or return from Enyinase with the 3 points. Is your team ready to take the 3 points for the supporters who will be traveling all the way to Enyinase?
Yes, we are ready because we started training on Tuesday. They all came. Everybody's okay. The training, the attitude was good. The atmosphere was good. You can see some joy in them. Everybody is prepared. If I'm to summarize it, everybody is prepared for the game on Sunday.
Coach, are there any news of injury or players returning? The last omission was Tinedu, who had, you said, fitness issues.
Yeah. There are no injuries as at now per the medical team. As at the time I was entering the studio to conduct this interview, there were no injuries. Tinedu is getting back on his fitness. Yesterday before training, I engaged him a lot, and you see that he's poised to play. So I think we are ready. Everybody's ready. It is a matter of time, and then we just display what we have in stock to our fans and supporters.
Coach, thank you very much and wish you the very best for the weekend.
Thank you too.